Welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm gonna go over the Fusion page and what Fusion is. Now Fusion is integrated inside DaVinci Resolve, and you also have a standalone version which you can also use separately. The standalone version is free, just like DaVinci Resolve. It's pretty much just its own program. You open it up, you can work with the foot separately, similar to After Effects, except for After Effects use compositing, while Fusion use nodes. Now, what Fusion does really and what it's all about, like it's similar, like I said before, it's similar to After Effects, except for in After Effects you have layers versus where in DaVinci Resolve you have nodes. Fusion Resolve is specialized in basically doing animation. If you want to do like a logo animation, like you see in like Marvel, Paramount, Disney, anytime you see logo animations, that's pretty much what you be using Fusion for. Text animation, anything from like explosions, lightsaber, magic. Fusion is pretty much just a VFX software that's been integrated inside DaVinci Resolve. Right here in Fusion, this is your interface. This is where you be doing all your compositing, which is pretty much what a lot of VFX softwares are, more than compositors. This is right here, it's the interface, and this is where everything right here will be going on, where you be adding your nodes. Grab a clip from your media pool, click it, and drag it down. And you see now you notice after I drag down a clip right here, it create media out, which is what you need when you use your node. You need a media out to connect to your media. Keyboard select any media node and you put in the right hand viewer or the left hand viewer. You hit 1 and 2. See, like if I hit 1, it's gone. Click on this one, click on media out, it's gone. Now I click on 2 again where I got media out selected, it's back on. I click on media line 1 and click on it. Now media line 1 is displayed on the view screen. You put different parts of the deposit in the left or right viewer depending on your preferences. It's important to know that everything you want the viewer to see will have to be connected to the media out. So if it's not connected, it's not going to show up. So anytime you bring in anything else, it has to be connected to the media out. So like if it's not automatically connected, like so is disconnected, then grab this part right here, drag it right here and connect it, and there the media is going out and you can see it. You see right here on Fusion is already right now it's already loaded on the timeline because it's created a timeline for us automatically when we import it inside the Fusion tab. Inside it already created the timeline for us, because since we imported inside the Fusion page and we redid it, create the time. You can see right now on the edit page we already have a timeline in the edit page from when we already load our clips into node area. It automatically create a timeline, which the timeline is actually shared between Fusion and the timeline. So when we create a timeline, when we create a timeline in the Fusion, we also create one in the edit page. Basic thing is what you do in Fusion, it lives in 2 places. It could be its own composition. Think of like an asset you can actually reuse. I hope they're making sense to everybody. So wherever you do in Fusion, it will happen on this timeline right here, and wherever you put on this timeline will actually update in Fusion. Let's see if I get rid of this, drag this down, and I can go to Fusion. See, it's already in Fusion, is already connected as well. See right here, got media in, and in media in is already connected to media out. It's already in our timeline. Just like this, media in is just a foot from timeline. Media out is what gonna be rendered here in Fusion. See, all the movie magic is gonna be happening between all the movie magic is gonna be happening between these 2 nodes. And speaking of which, you can come up here to this toolbar. As I see, you have all these amazing tools up here. You could add all crowd. You have this toolbar here. We're gonna add all your amazing effects from. Got this right. If you want to add like a blur, if you want to add more like a blur to it, you drop it here. Now, when you add something, a brand new node, it doesn't do anything unless you connect it. And the way you connect it is you take media in, connect it to the blur. Now you take this little square piece right here from blur and connect it to media out, and there it's connected. And you come up here to your toolbar, you come right here to this window. And now you come up to the inspector window, it's like anything else, and you could make it. Now you come up here, right here says, you come right up here to inspector tab, and here it says blur size. You can turn it up, blur the side right here. You can slide the blur side up or down depending on how blurry you want it. Also have blend. Is blend is too far down, it doesn't work. So blend has to stay all the way up for blur to take effect. You also add right here. It's got like a square. You got like a red. Come up here again. You got the rectangle. And whatever happened in Fusion, it happens also in the edit page. You go back to the edit page. It is also blurred. So you also come right back to the Fusion page, and you gotta go return it. You come back to the edit page. You come right back to Fusion, and it blurs on. You can change it from here back and forth. Now you can grab a text node. Now you want to add text. Another thing you can do is come up here to your text tool, grab it, drop it on. You can see it's not doing anything because it's not connected. We didn't tell it to do anything just yet. It won't put the text over your project. You have to add the merge node, and to do that, you grab this, drag it, drop it on. This will be your merge node. See the merge node. This is the merge node letting you know you want to merge it together. You need a background and foreground. So what you want to do is take this, disconnect it, add to the merge node. You want to take your text tool. Now take this from media, take this merge, take this from the merge and connect to media out. This is letting you know this is going to be the background. Now if you can grab the text node, put it here. Now you want to take this right here. Now you want to take the square, the gray. Let's rewrite this shit down. Now I take the gray square, connect it right here to the top part of the merge, and you see this is green, this is yellow. The background is always yellow. The foreground is always green, because this is going to go over in the foreground. This is going to be over in the background. Anywhere you move it around, it's still connected. You can see it. Now what we want to do next is to add the text to it. So you're going to click on your text node, and we'll add some text to it. Change the color. Open it. Let's see, probably change the text a little bit. Here you go. This is how your basic composite is going to look when you add the text to it. That wasn't so bad because a lot of people do have issue because the nodes, I guess, kind of overwhelming, and everybody uses second layers. Basically, you have the media in. Now you have your blur that you add. You have your text. You have your merge layer to add everything over it. Just gluing everything together into one composition, into one. Basically, just have your merge was merging, your media in, blur, and text together, and it's going to your media out. Going to your media out to render it. You go back to your edit page, and you see it's there right there on the. Now right here you have your composite. Now you're familiar with Photoshop and After Effects. You can add a mask to it, where you can actually blur the text out. Now you can add a mask to it, which is similar to Photoshop and After Effects. You come right here into the square one. You could click on it or just drag it. Another way to add mask, select your text node, click on it, and now it becomes a blue. Now it's connected to a blue input. It can let you know whatever I'm doing. It's like whatever you're doing to this node, but I only do it right here. For example, when I come to my inspected tab, if I was to make the board bigger, it only will affect my text layer. Nowhere else is affected. You have to soften it up. It only going to affect the text. Nothing else is going to be affected. You want to, you can also adjust the width of it. Another thing you can do with this mask is that you use the master blur by connecting it to the blur node. This is coming handy because you can add this mask to different nodes, which I think is really good. Now my blurs inside the mask is only masking the background and the text area. Now everything is underneath that same mask node. The blur and the text are all masked by the same mask, which is really handy if you want to use that mask on other nodes. We have import media in there. Just drag your clip to the timeline. You want to go to Fusion, and so you got your media in and your media out. You want to add 3D text, merge 3D text, render 3D text. This is pretty much your 3D area right here. Now you want to activate your dual screen. To activate your dual screen, click on 1 on your keyboard. You want to highlight your 3D text 1, click on 1 on the keyboard, and there you go. That's a shortcut on how to activate. That's the shortcut to activate the dual screen. Apply some text. Type some text in the text box. Now you want to take your 3D render node and connect it to your media in node. It looks something like this. Like once you get all lined up, you always want to connect your 3D render into your media in one, so it goes out to the media out one. This is how you would get your image inside of a text. Basically, though, when you do it, you have your render 3D going to your media in into your media out. Now to add the text, now to take the image out of the text, you want to add a merge layer. This is want to highlight media out. Click on right here where it said merge layer. First, let's disconnect this. Highlight media in. Click on merge. You have to use your merge node there. You want to take render 3D, connect it to merge layer. Now your text will pop up in front of your image. Now you want to add some depth. Click on text 3D. Now you want to add some depth to your text. Highlight text 3D. Hit Control Spacebar. And you want to come here and type in directional light. And you want to click on it. Click add. Now come back and highlight text 3D. And you come right to here. Now you want to come to inspector tab. You're going to go down to extrusion. Click on the down arrow. Then you want to extend extrusion depth. So you change the color where you can see it better. Apply it. See with extrusion depth, you can bring it in and out however you need it to be. Now you can come down to your directional light and then place it where you need it to be at. You want to grab it and place it in front of your text because this is going to be your lighting. This is going to be the light for your text. Now you click on render 3D. Come down here to light. Right here it says lightning, enable light. You enable the lighting and then also the shadows. This way you create the light and show the shadows as well. They come out looking like this. It won't. You look at it right now, you don't see the light and shadows on the text in 3D panel to the left, but on the however on the right you see where the light is at and where the text and shadows are at. I think that's it now for Fusion. I hope all this introduction to Fusion inside DaVinci Resolve is helpful. If it was, leave a comment. I hope this helped also people with dealing with nodes in DaVinci and other software. So I hope this helpful to you. Nodes is not really that hard. It seems like it's hard, but how nodes are not really confusing like people think it is. I find it easier with DaVinci than with layers in After Effects. So I actually like nodes a little better now that I figure out how they actually work. So I hope this helped everybody else with their issue with nodes. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you next one. Peace.